former Governor Ted Strickland criticized you earlier, or last week actually, saying that if you were a vice presidential candidate, you have baggage from the Bush administration because of your role as trade representative and budget director. Do you see that time as baggage, and what's the update on the vice presidential pick?
Yeah, on my service as OMB director, I'm interested to hear that both Ted Strickland and apparently Mr. Axelrod last night took some shots at me too. Kind of interesting. I guess they're worried. But the budget I put out as OMB director, I was there, for just over a year, and I put out one budget. Was actually a balanced budget, and not even over 10 years, but over 5 years. And I'm proud of that. I mean, frankly, it was a battle within the White House to get the White House and everybody on board with that. But imagine that, a balanced budget. There's not a proposal out there from the president or from any Democrat that ever balances the budget, as far as I can tell. And we had one that balanced it in 5 years. The budget deficit that year was $161 billion, which seemed too high to me. And yet it's about 1/7, 1/8 of today's budget deficit. So if they'd like to talk about budgets, I'd love to have that discussion. I mean, what I said earlier today is I believe our economic recovery is the weakest since the Great Depression. I believe part of the reason is the fact that these record deficits and debt are like a wet blanket over the economy. $1.2, $1.3 trillion deficit this year, $15 trillion debt. And I'd love to get back to a point where we could propose a balanced budget over 5 years and have a budget deficit of about 1.2% of the economy rather than 7-8% of the economy. It would be so much better for the economy. That's one reason that when I was there, unemployment was about 4.5%. So I don't know. Ted Strickland and I worked closely together when he was in Congress and I was in Congress because we represented first Warren County together, then his home county, Scioto County, and we always had a good relationship. And I enjoyed working with him. We had different policy positions on issues, but we always pulled together for constituent advocacy, and we always had a cordial relationship. So I guess now he's taking a more political tone, which I suppose is not a surprise since he's national co-chairman of the Obama campaign.